back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see by the title, I will be installing knotless braids. These are my medium and they're just a little bit bigger than I would usually do them because I usually do 3 rows below the ear, I usually do 3 rows and then the 3rd row is a little bit above the ear, but this time I did the 3 rows all the way below the ear. But this is still the method that I use when I do these knotless braids. So these are my mediums. This is what I consider medium, and it's 3 rows below the ear. And in the first row, I usually do 4, but I didn't want to force 4, and she only had a little bit of hair back there. Like, it wasn't enough for me to fit 4, basically. So in this row, I did 3. I just fit as much as I could, and as you saw, I'm using Shine Jam. And for this method, I feel like it's easier for me to, I get a better grip when I braid it just a tiny bit down. Hopefully you saw how much I braided down, but I feel like you get a better grip when you braid it like that. When you start off your knotless braids like that. You'll see it again in another clip, but yeah. And as you saw, I'm using the green Shine Jam. My hair store sells they used to sell the big jars, but now they only sell the little jars. But honestly, the green Shine Jam is one of the best Shine Jams. I honestly think it's better than the red Shine Jam, the yellow, and the purple. But I only use yellow and purple when I'm trying to tuck the natural hair under the braids, and then the green Shine Jam is for when I'm actually molding the knotless braid. The green Shine Jam also works with all hair types. I've used it on all hair types, and in my experience, it definitely works with all hair types. So right here, I'm starting the 2nd row, and like I told you guys previously, the 2nd row has 5 braids. I'm starting to pin the hair that I'm not about to braid, I pin it up just so the hair won't get stuck in the braid that I'm actually focusing on braiding. So all that does is keep the hair out the way. And like I was trying to explain in the previous clips, this is where I told you guys that I get a better grip. I braid down, I cross over 4 times basically, starting from the right side, and then I start adding the hair. But you don't want to add the hair a piece that's too big, because then it'll look chunky, like it won't look natural basically. So just make sure the hair that you're adding is the same density as the hair, as the client's natural hair basically. Also, the random clip that's on that middle braid on the first row, that's just a signal for me to know that that's where I add the last piece, so it could be the length that my client wanted, so it won't be too long or too short. I had her stand up just so I can make sure, but I didn't put that in here, but I did have her stand up just to make sure that's where the length was, and if that's where the length was, then that's where I added the clip. So the clip is just a signal to add the clip is just a signal for me to know that's where I add my last piece of hair. Again, like I said in the beginning, this is the 3rd row and it has 6 braids. So like I previously stated, I did 3 rows below the ear, and the parting method that I use is I part the hair across the top of the head from ear to ear, and then I section off the front part, and the back part is what I use for the rest of the rows. So I'm starting on my 4th row, and in the back there are 7 rows. So in the last row in the back, there will be 3 braids. Unfortunately, this is where I ran out of storage, so I'm just going to explain how the front went. So in the front, I split it down the middle, and on each side there were 4 rows just because of her head shape. And down the 4 rows, I did 2 braids on each row. Again, it was just because of her head shape and how much hair she had in the front. So each row had 2 braids, and the last row on each side, like the row closest to the middle part, those both had 3 braids. So this is the final product. I think they came out really nice. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next video.